Okay, so you're thinking about building a website, and you're kind of weighing your options here.
Yeah.
WordPress versus Google Sites.
Right.
And trying to figure out which one's going to be the right fit for you.
Definitely a common question.
It is, yeah. So let's do a deep dive into this.
Sounds good.
We've got this great article here from Now Technology Systems.
Okay.
An Australian company that helps small businesses with their online presence.
Yeah, I know them.
And, it's not just about, like, comparing features or whatever.
Right.
It's about figuring out which platform actually aligns with your goals and your capabilities.
Absolutely. And what I find really interesting is that
Yeah.
this choice really boils down to what you want to achieve with your website and how comfortable you are with the technical side of things.
Exactly. It's like, what do you need the website to do?
Okay.
So let's start with WordPress.
Okay.
This thing is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
WordPress powers something like 43% of all websites, which is mind-blowing.
That is huge.
Right. And it's known for being super flexible and customizable.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, why is that?
Yeah.
Well, I think that sheer volume of WordPress sites,
Yeah.
really speaks to its power. And one of the reasons why it's so popular is because it's open source.
Okay.
Which means that, developers all over the world are constantly creating new themes and plugins for it. You can build almost anything you can imagine with WordPress.
Wow.
From a simple blog to a full-blown e-commerce site.
Yeah, that's right. The article mentions tens of thousands of themes and plugins.
Right.
So basically you can change the entire look of your site with a few clicks.
Yeah.
You can add online booking, social media integration.
It's amazing.
All sorts of cool stuff.
And that flexibility is what makes it so powerful.
Yeah.
But it also means there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as some drag and drop platforms out there. And you're responsible for finding and managing your own hosting.
Right.
Which adds some cost and responsibility.
Okay, so WordPress sounds powerful, but maybe a bit more hands-on.
Right, yeah.
Let's look at Google Sites now.
Okay.
This is all about ease of use.
Yeah.
The article says if you can use Google Docs, you can use Google Sites.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
It's super simple.
Yeah.
It works seamlessly with other Google tools.
Exactly. And that integration with the Google ecosystem is a major plus, especially if you're already using, Gmail and Drive and Calendar.
Right.
It makes it a great choice for smaller websites, internal pages, or if you're just not that tech savvy.
And I think the collaboration aspect is really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
You can work on your website with someone else in real time, just like you would on a shared Google Doc.
Exactly.
Which I think is pretty neat.
But that ease of use comes with a trade-off. Google Sites is far less customizable than WordPress.
Okay.
And it's not as SEO friendly.
Oh, interesting.
Meaning your site might not show up as high in search results.
Oh, okay.
So that could limit your, visibility and growth potential.
So we've got WordPress, powerful, but more complex.
Yeah.
And Google Sites, simple, but less customizable. So how do you choose?
Well, the article stresses the importance of aligning your choice with your business goals and technical capabilities.
Absolutely.
What are you really trying to achieve with this website?
Yeah.
And what are your comfort levels with technology?
Right. So let's say you need a simple website.
Okay.
Just to share, some basic info about your business, like your contact details, hours of operation, that kind of thing. Then Google Sites might be perfect. You can get up and running quickly without having to learn a whole new platform or worry about hosting.
But what if you're thinking bigger?
What if you want a website that can grow with your business?
Yeah.
Maybe add e-commerce features down the line.
Yeah.
Or really stand out visually.
Well, in that case, WordPress would likely be the better fit.
Okay.
You'd have the flexibility to build almost anything.
Yeah.
And the control to really optimize it for search engines.
And that's where knowing your own technical comfort level is key, right?
It is. If you're comfortable tinkering and learning new things, maybe even diving into a little bit of coding.
Yeah.
Then WordPress could be a great option.
Right.
But if you prefer a more hands-off approach, Google Sites handles a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff for you.
So it seems like there's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Exactly.
Both platforms have their strengths and weaknesses.
The key is to choose the platform that aligns best with your goals and capabilities.
Right.
Don't get drawn in by features that you don't need.
Yeah.
Or be intimidated by a learning curve you're not ready for.
Now, the article mentioned something I found really interesting.
Okay.
They emphasize that no matter which platform you choose, you shouldn't skimp on design and content.
Oh, absolutely.
A well-designed website with great content will always outperform a clunky one.
Absolutely.
Regardless of whether it's built on WordPress or Google Sites.
A well-designed website that provides valuable information is going to engage visitors and keep them coming back.
Right. It's like walking into a store.
Yeah.
You're much more likely to want to shop in a place that looks inviting and organized.
That's a great analogy.
Right.
And that actually brings up something that wasn't specifically mentioned in the article.
Oh, okay.
But I think is really important.
Yeah.
Have you thought about who's actually going to design and create the content for your website?
That's a really good point. Like, do you have a knack for design?
Yeah.
Or are you willing to learn the basics? Are you comfortable writing engaging content that will actually, inform your audience?
Right, because if the answer is no, it might be worth thinking about getting some professional help.
The article did mention that Now Technology Systems offers a range of services.
Oh, okay.
Including web design, WordPress support, e-commerce solutions, even video production.
It sounds like they've got you covered.
Yeah.
Sometimes bringing in experts can save you time and headaches.
Yeah.
And it could even save you money in the long run.
It makes sense. It's like building a house.
Right.
You could try to do it all yourself.
Yeah.
But hiring a contractor will likely give you a better result.
And remember, your website is often the first impression potential customers or clients will have of your business.
That's right.
It's worth investing in making it a good one.
Okay, so we've talked about WordPress and Google Sites, matching your platform to your goals.
Yeah.
The importance of good design and content.
Right.
Is there anything else we should consider when building a website?
Well, we can't forget about SEO, search engine optimization.
The mysterious art of making Google fall in love with your website.
Exactly.
The article mentions that WordPress is more SEO-friendly than Google Sites.
It is, yeah.
Can you break that down a little more?
Sure.
For those of us who aren't quite SEO wizards yet?
SEO is all about making your website attractive to search engines.
Okay.
So that they rank it higher in the search results. Think about it. When you're searching online, you tend to click on the links that are at the top of the page, right?
Absolutely. I rarely go past the first page unless I'm doing some serious research.
Exactly. And WordPress gives you a lot more control over the technical elements that search engines use to decide your ranking. Things like meta descriptions, alt tags for images, sitemaps.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot more to SEO than just writing good content.
Yeah.
But wait, if Google Sites has less control over SEO, does that mean it's bad for SEO?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It just means you have less fine-grained control. Google Sites does generate some basic SEO elements automatically.
Okay.
But WordPress is going to offer you more tools if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty.
So for a small business that really wants to leverage organic search to get more customers, it sounds like WordPress could be a better long-term option.
It's definitely worth thinking about, especially if you're willing to put in the time to learn about SEO.
Right.
Or work with an expert to optimize your site.
Going back to the article, it mentions that Now Technology Systems specializes in helping Australian businesses.
Oh, that's interesting.
I wonder, are there specific SEO considerations for businesses that are targeting a local Australian audience?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it actually makes me think about something we were discussing earlier.
Okay.
The importance of good design and content for local businesses.
Yeah.
I think there's another layer to that.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. If you're searching for a plumber in Sydney, would you be more likely to click on a website that looks modern and sleek?
Yeah.
Or one that looks like it hasn't been updated since the early 2000s?
You've got a point. A modern design gives an impression of professionalism
and
trustworthiness.
But it's more than just how it looks. It's about building a website that speaks to your target audience.
So you're saying that for a business in Australia that's targeting local customers, the design needs to appeal to Australian sensibilities and preferences.
That's exactly it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Right.
But I had never thought about it that way before.
Of course, I'm not saying every Australian business needs to plaster kangaroos and koalas all over their website.
Although a cute koala picture never hurts.
You're right.
Yeah.
What I mean is that the look and feel and tone of the website should align with the target audience and their cultural context.
So a surf shop in Byron Bay might have a more laid-back, beachy vibe, while a financial advisor in Melbourne might want something more polished and corporate.
Exactly. You have to tailor your website to the specific people you're trying to reach.
This actually brings up another question.
Okay.
Does this cultural context factor into SEO?
Uh-huh.
I mean, is it a direct ranking factor?
That's a good question.
Huh.
I'm not sure if Google specifically looks for cultural nuances.
Okay.
But I do think it plays an indirect role in SEO.
How so?
Think about it. If your website is well-designed and really connects with your target audience, they're more likely to spend time on it.
Right.
Engage with your content. Maybe even share it on social media.
And those are all positive signals that Google's algorithms definitely pick up on.
Exactly.
The more engagement your site gets, the more valuable and relevant Google thinks it is, which can lead to higher rankings.
Right. So even if cultural context isn't a direct SEO factor, it's still an important thing to keep in mind when you're designing and building your website.
It all seems to be connected, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Design, content, SEO, cultural context.
Right.
They all play a role in creating a successful online presence.
They really do.
Yeah.
And speaking of success, there's one more crucial aspect we need to discuss.
Okay.
It's something that people often overlook. It's the ongoing maintenance and upkeep of your website, like you build it.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just forget about it.
That's such a good point.
Right.
Website maintenance is one of those things.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Yeah.
But often dreaded aspects of having a website.
Totally.
It really is like owning a car.
Oh, good.
You can't just buy it and expect it to run perfectly forever.
Right. You need to keep up with the regular maintenance, like changing the oil and fixing any issues that pop up.
Yeah, websites are the same.
Yeah.
They need updates, security checks, regular backups to keep them running smoothly.
And that's another area where the choice between WordPress and Google Sites comes into play.
It does, yeah.
Oh, how so?
Well, with Google Sites, Google takes care of a lot of the maintenance for you.
Oh, okay.
They handle things like security updates and backups automatically.
Okay.
Which is a huge advantage in terms of simplicity.
But with WordPress, you're responsible for those tasks yourself.
That's right. You'll need to make sure your WordPress core software themes and plugins are all up to date.
Okay.
And you'll need to handle backups and security measures yourself.
So it sounds like WordPress requires a bit more hands-on effort.
It can, yes.
Okay.
But the trade-off is that you have a lot more control.
Yeah.
You know, as you learn the ins and outs of your WordPress site, you'll be able to handle most of the maintenance tasks yourself.
Okay.
Or you can always hire a professional to help if that's more your style.
Right. So ultimately, it comes down to your comfort level.
Exactly.
Google Sites provide simplicity. WordPress offers more control and flexibility, but also more responsibility.
It's about finding that balance that works best for you and your business.
So let's kind of recap what we've talked about today.
Okay.
We explored the pros and cons of WordPress and Google Sites.
Yep.
We discussed the importance of choosing a platform that aligns with your goals and technical capabilities. And we've talked about the importance of good design, engaging content, and having a solid SEO strategy.
It's been a really interesting deep dive. I think we've given you a lot to think about.
I agree. And remember, there's no single right answer when it comes to choosing a website platform.
Yeah.
It all boils down to finding the platform that best fits your goals, your technical skills, and your comfort level.
And never underestimate the power of good design, engaging content, and a well-thought-out SEO strategy.
Absolutely.
Regardless of which platform you choose.
If you're still feeling a bit uncertain, I encourage you to do some more research. Maybe check out some specific themes and plugins for WordPress. Or look at some design templates for Google Sites.
Yeah, see what feels like a better fit. And remember, even after you launch your website, the journey doesn't stop there. Keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep refining your online presence.
Absolutely.
The digital world is constantly changing, so it's important to stay curious.
That's such great advice.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today for this deep dive into the world of website building.
It's been a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure chatting with you.
The pleasure is all mine. Until next time, happy website building.
Yeah, take care.